Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I hope you all enjoyed the Easter holiday. Welcome back. I made a promise that I will be making a video on the issue of spiritual spouse, the issue of mating in the dream. Even though I have a couple of videos on the channel about this particular topic, but I am making this particular video because I actually have some persons, and the messages I am receiving these days concerning that is alarming. Like, people asking or trying to know what they could do to put an end to this issue of mating in the dream, issue of spiritual spouse. So I have a couple of persons I have recommended this method to. It's very simple method, and I am getting a feedback that by the grace of God it worked for them. But today I want to tell you that not all mating in the dream is as a result of spiritual spouse. We'll be talking about the two types of mating in the dream I know of. Before I tell us the simple remedy you can be doing in order to put a stop to this. I also, so many years back, I was a victim of that. It's a moment whereby by the time you awake, you feel dirty, you feel irritated, you feel stained. Like, wetin happen? How would how would something, a human or whatever, or non-human be mating with when they are human being physically? You get what I'm trying to say? It's so irritating. Like, how can I be when physically human being never finish? It can't be said for dream. You understand? So the number one sorry about that. I sincerely apologize. Sorry about that. So the number one type of mating in the dream is the projection. Yes, sometimes the mating in the dream could be a projection into the life of some person. Now, when we talk of projection, what am I trying to say? Not all mating in the dream is as a result of spiritual spouse. Projection in the sense that some persons could project it into the life of a person. Then again, some persons if you refuse their advances physically, or if they know that they cannot have you physically, and if they know how to do some of this evil on how to, you understand, they could come at night and begin to have you. Yes, these things happen. Then again, projection in the sense that projection in the sense that some persons use that when something good is coming into the life of a human, like, and they are aware of it, the next thing they do is they come mate with the person in order to destroy whatever good that is coming the way of that person. Now, then the other aspect of mating in the dream, which is spiritual spouse, that one we all know this is as a result of maybe one way or the other one might have involved themselves. Now, take for example, during the birth of a child, or a process whereby a child is being gotten, like parents going to a place to seek for a child, a place they are not supposed to step their foot, one. Then again, opening of channels. Sometimes we open these channels for such things to begin to happen in the life of a human. Like the opening a channel in the sense that places you visit, things you have on your phone, and you always, if you're the type that is always from one woman to the other, from one woman to the other, and sometimes some of these women you choco choco, they have a lot on them, a lot of negative energies attached to them, or they also have other persons they are choco choco, you understand? So by the time you met with such women or men, you find yourself experiencing spiritual spouse. Now, I have sometimes had this question of, whenever I talked about I have experienced such in the past, I get questions like, Gloria, how did you stop it? Honestly speaking, I cannot pinpoint one thing I did that God used to put an end to that. You understand? Why? Because I only realized that by the time I started being spiritually alert, you understand? By the time I started being spiritually alert and doing so, now, when you are spiritually alert, sorry, please, a minute. Hello, sir. Please, I am busy. Are you outside? Okay, sir, please, let me call you back. 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 Yes, sir. Please, accept my apology. So, by the time you look for where you must have left a loophole, you understand, where you must have left a loophole, try to close that loophole first. Then, if it's as a result of projection, now the projection is persons trying to contaminate you, not the spiritual spouse aspect, but persons trying to contaminate you. Now, when you are spiritually alert, I've had testimonies of persons that use some things on the channel after cleansing themselves. They were able to overcome the person that usually comes to contaminate them in the dream. In fact, some were able, by the grace of God, to unveil the mask, and they were able to see or know whom has been contaminating them for years. You understand? The number one thing you have to do is either be it the projection aspect of spiritual spouse or the spiritual aspect of spiritual spouse. You have to be spiritually alert. You have to start cleansing yourself. You get? Now, this is what cleansing basically does to you by the grace of God. Cleansing in the spiritual realms, tends to change your identity. Like, they begin to look for you because they already have a particular identity they see on you. Like, maybe you are messed up, you're dirty, or there's a mark on you. You understand? But by the time you start cleansing yourself, your identity tends to change spiritually. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. One. Now, this is the only thing I have recommended to so many persons that today I have, I think I have one on the community recently, that today by the grace of God, I keep getting, they come back to tell me, oh, Gloria, we bless God. Today, meeting in the dream is a thing of a past in our life. You understand? It's none other thing than I told them, you need to start adding salt in your bet water. Anytime you want to have your bet, endeavor to add some salt to it. Now, can I tell you the best salt you can use? I'm not saying other salts are not good. If that is the only alternative you have with you, go ahead and use it. But if you can, especially if you're in my country, Nigeria, there's this salt they sell in the market. They measure it. It's like, do I call it unprocessed in its, let's use the word unprocessed in its natural form to an extent. They measure this salt with cup, with plate and all that, or they tie it inside what we call nylon here in Nigeria. That salt is very, very good and powerful by the grace of God. You don't even need to do much on the salt. You understand? But if you have a spiritual salt you prepared by yourself, you can go ahead and use it. If you don't, get that salt. Whenever you want to have a bath, be it in the morning, be it in the afternoon, be it at night, just drop some in your bed water. Now, let me tell you something. I know of some persons that have this issue of a spiritual spouse, and they were made to know or told they need to go further. Like further, when I mean maybe go and settle the spiritual spouse and that. I am not here to talk about that aspect, but I want to give you a simple remedy I would want you to try and see prayerfully. Now, before you use the salt, you need to charge it and speak to it that it's going to work for you for whatever reason you're using it for. The way, one most effective and powerful way I know you can charge your salt or your spiritual item, which I have been teaching on this channel, is you speaking and breathing into it 3 times. This is you empowering whatever you want to use for spiritual purpose. So always endeavor to add salt to your bed water. Even if you're not experiencing a spiritual spouse and all that, endeavor to always add salt. Now, this is the simple and one remedy I have always recommended to persons, and by the grace of God, it has been working for them. Try this if you are experiencing a spiritual spouse. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. It's none other person but Gloria Cheesy. Oh, thank you.